All right, welcome back. We have so many stocks to discuss. Let's get straight to it. Prakash Diwan is joining in first up. Prakash, I want your thoughts on these new age tech companies. PB Fintech, actually the company is now closer to profitability, as they say, and they're maintaining their guidance of 1,000 crore profits by FY27. And we saw the big move last week in, both Paytm and Zomato. What's your pick of the pack here?
Good morning, Sonia. So, it's quite interesting the way all of them behave in a very similar pattern. Now that everybody has figured out that the street is absolutely, disappointed with lack of profits or anything close to profits, they started singing the same tune in terms of when they get profitable and then started throwing out numbers or dates or timelines or whatever. It's just, I think, to assuage the market sentiment in terms of these companies, the shareholding pattern has gone through such a major shift. Actually, if somebody were to do an analysis on a quarter-on-quarter change in the SHP, you'll realize that, the institutional investment that started off post-IPO, around the IPO, is absolutely nowhere close to where it was, given the fact that there's so much of retail participation, distribution that's happened. So stay away from these companies till they actually turn profitable. I mean, FY27 is, it's not close, it's not nearby. It's too distant to really start giving some sort of premium valuation. Though the business model and all are fantastic, difficult to replace and replicate. But, that goes for the same is for delivery. I mean, that's the other company that people are believing will start turning operationally profitable at some point in time, or the losses will minimize. So this whole thing of loss reduction getting rewarded is a far-fetched idea at this point in time. I would believe there are far better opportunities in companies which have more established cash flows and profitable unit economics than to invest in these companies. So keep them on the watch, but don't get carried away.
Okay, all right. Hi, Prakash. Morning. Do a couple of these PSU companies that delivered good numbers, Nalco or Oil India as well. There's a problem with PSUs, because of the discount they get. But some of these numbers look quite good. Your take on them, particularly Oil India, if you have a view.
So, good morning, Nigel. So, you're absolutely right. I think what's happening is this whole new wave of capital expansion that's happening, the kind of projects that are getting executed. PSUs are definitely going to play a very pivotal role. And in some of these sectors, because of the strategic nature of their presence, the role that they play, there's absolutely no way you can replace it. Whether it's a defense play by HL and the likes of Bharat Dynamics, or the railway expansion story with BEML and, the electronics story of BEL. So all of these companies will, while they do have a discount because of the kind of uncertainty that goes along with the nature of their DNA, it's also a premium that comes along with the market share and the kind of opportunity that they sit on. So, I think from that perspective, you look at Oil India, while oil is something which has played such an important role, it's just now that they've started coming into that scale of inventory execution, and the order book which they sit on, if you see, it's started gradually translating into higher metrics in terms of execution, and that is something, of course, coupled with better realization on oil in this entire quarter has helped. But their key focus on the execution side and on the downstream upstream businesses is something which you should definitely keep a premium for. But PSUs as a lot is something which you only need to cap at about 10-15% of your portfolio. So if within that, if you have room, yes, it's more of a portfolio call, Nigel. But I think the numbers definitely were quite encouraging, and there could be some revision in targets or expectation of price objectives going forward from this day.
All right. Let's take a little breather from talking about individual stocks and speak to our management. So, Prakash.